Well, let's take a look at what's going on with our favorite American envoys. Dumb and Dumber over here. Witless and the boss's low IQ, unqualified for anything son in law. Jared Kushner. Israel must improve Palestinians' lives if it wants integration into the region. Israel must. Now, what does that sound like? Part of New Jersey crime family, Jared Kushner, Brainless Jr., Brainless the second over here, Jared Kushner, living off daddy's money and living off of his father-in-law's influence. One of the most unqualified men to ever do anything. But what was it? He said he read a lot of books about the Middle East, so I guess this qualifies him to tell the Jewish people what we must do in Israel. How exciting. Envoy says U.S. believes Hamas is acting in good faith. Amazing. Hamas is acting in good faith. This is our greatest ally, mind you. Just in case you weren't keeping track at home, this is our greatest ally. Okay, let's dig in. Let's dig in here and see what it is that we're dealing with. Israel must start aiding the Palestinians to improve the quality of their life. Yes, the Muslims murder Jews, take hostages, terrorize Jews living in Israel, and we must improve their life. Just in case you thought you were listening to an envoy of the Obama administration, no. No, remember, Donald Trump, he's Israel's greatest friend. He came and got a hero's welcome in the Knesset just last week. Exciting, huh? I know. Don't listen. Don't read the news. Don't listen to what Trump says. Just listen to your local Hasburist explain that everything is fine. This is taken out of context. I mean, just read this quote. This quote is clearly taken out of context. Now that the war is over, the war is over, everybody. The Arabs are not trying to murder Jews anymore. Ignore the 2 Israeli soldiers that were killed by Hamas just yesterday. Just ignore that. Don't pay any attention to that. The war is over. The war is over. The war is over. The biggest message we've tried to convey to the Israeli leadership now is that now that the war is over, if you want to integrate Israel with the Middle East, if you want to do that, if you don't want to be isolated, if you don't want to, go it alone, what does it sound like? Extortion, blackmail. You don't want this punishment? Then you better sign on. You better sign on. You better sign on to a Palestinian state because we know that that's coming next. You have to help the Palestinian people thrive and do better. You have to do it. It's on you. Yeah. Well, it's too bad that no one warned the Jewish people that this is what was coming. Oh, wait, what's that? Your friends at Israel First have done just that. When the Hasburists told us, you're wrong, Trump is with us. I'm old enough to remember just a few months ago that people said, Trump is a Zionist. Remember that? Remember that Trump is a Zionist. He wants to expel the Gazans. He's with us. Does this look like with us? Does this look like with us? I know it's all Netanyahu's fault. By the way, I'm not a Netanyahu supporter at all. At all. When I trash Netanyahu and people tell me I'm working for the enemy, and now those same people who told me I was working for the enemy for trashing Netanyahu are basically excusing Trump's behavior by trashing Netanyahu. So put that all together. He said that he and Witkoff were just getting started in relaying the message to Israel. We're just getting started. Oh my. So the extortion and blackmail are just getting started. Oh baby. Oh baby. Hey, if you thought America was hostile to Israel before, you ain't seen nothing yet. Witless and and useless son-in-law, Dumb and Dumber over here. The truth is, if they're Dumb and Dumber, then I guess the Jews who believe that America is our greatest ally, I guess, are the dumbest. So Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest. Kushner's vision for the Palestinian people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The poor Palestinians, and it's on the Jews to make their life better. Yes, yes, Jews, that's right. The Palestinians murder you, and you have to make their life better. You know, if only we would have given the Gazans work permits into Israel, October 7th would have never happened. Oh, wait. Oops. Oh, ooh, awkward. Awkward. The U.S. is focused on creating a situation for joint security and opportunity for Israelis and Palestinians. Hey, fellas, we don't need opportunities. The Israelis, we don't need opportunities. We're fine. We're good. It's the Palestinians. So don't pretend as if you're doing this for us. You're doing it for the Palestinians. Donald Trump and his errand boys Kushner and Witless, you guys are the Palestinians' greatest friend. You're not ours. Oh. Hey, everyone at home, is it starting to click into place? Is it starting to click into place for everybody? Who we're dealing with, who the Americans are, who Donald Trump is, and his little Jewish errand boys over here, Witless and Kushner. Is it starting to click in finally? What you end up calling it overtime will allow the Palestinians to determine that themselves. The Palestinians will determine how much of the land of Israel belongs to them. Oh, yes, yes. Guys, Jews at home, wake up, hello, hello. You guys starting to wake up a little bit, a little bit. Is it starting to? I mean, who could even watch the 60 Minutes interview? My goodness. I would play it here, but I couldn't do that to you guys at home. I couldn't do that. It's too it's to listen to these two idiots. I would never subject a Jewish person to this kind of torture. I would never do that. They're acting in good faith. They're acting in good faith. Yes, when they murdered Jews and took hostages and defiled Jewish bodies, they were acting in good faith. Listen, we don't make threats here at Israel First. We don't do that. But if God in heaven, God in heaven should straighten out all the accounts, all the enemies of the Jewish people, God should straighten out the account. That's it. That's it. That's all. I'm sure God watches Israel First very closely. God needs to sort out this account. Every person that says that Hamas deals in good faith, God should straighten that out. That's all I'll say. Let's see. Let's see if there are any other nuggets here. Oh God. U.S. is pushing both sides to be proactive in finding a solution instead of blaming each other. Israel, stop making excuses. It's Israel and Hamas. They're both at fault. This is America. This is the United States. This is our greatest ally. I have been pushing this for a while, and I am starting to see more and more Jewish people coming to my side, thankfully. But how is anyone that cares about Israel not sick and tired of listening? Again, this is not Joe Biden. This is not Joe Biden. How is any Jewish person or any Zionist, Jewish or not, how are they not tired of listening to these Americans talk like this? How do people not say, we've had enough of you, leave, and never come back? When was it filmed? Oh, there was a deadly attack on IDF troops, and we're not going to get to this now, but Benjamin Netanyahu started to call for actions against Gaza for killing these IDF soldiers. He gets a call from the United States, and he says, no, we're not doing that. Humanitarian aid still goes into Gaza. No, nothing. No, nothing. The Arabs kill IDF soldiers, and all we get from the United States is, don't screw up our peace plan. Netanyahu's pivotal apology to Qatar. Yeah, sure, sure. The United States calls up and threatens Netanyahu, and not just threatens, humiliates Netanyahu, and by extension the state of Israel. Again, as I've said, I'm not a fan of Netanyahu. I want to see him out. But when they humiliate him, they humiliate me and every Jewish person on planet Earth. I'm supposed to be okay with that? I'm not. Oh, well, this one's also terrific. The strike, which Witkoff said left the American team feeling a little bit betrayed. Oh, my goodness. Israel striking its enemies leaves America feeling betrayed. Uh-huh. Qatar is knee-deep in funding terrorism against Israel. America feels betrayed that Israel attacks its own enemies, and Israel should not feel betrayed that America feeds its enemies? America is feeding the Gazans. The Gazans, who for 2 years have held Jewish hostages, and America's feeding them. America is the one that feels betrayed? They're the ones that feel betrayed? You know, the chutzpah, the gall of the Americans is at 110 out of 100 right now. The audacity of how these people speak. The Americans are lucky that I'm not in charge. Let me say this. Their luck may run out soon, but so far I'm not in charge. Israel First has very, very big goals, and some very interesting things may be happening soon. But as of right now, they are lucky that I am not in charge, because they would get a response that would drop their jaws straight to the floor. Trump said he was very unhappy with Israel. Oh no. Oh, I'm very unhappy with Israel. Hey guy, go jump in a lake. Okay? Or you know what, better yet, go jump right back into bed with your buddies in Qatar. Goodbye. See you later. You know what? Trump was unhappy with Israel over Qatar. How would Trump feel if Israel started sharing its military technology with the Chinese? How would Trump feel about that? You know what? Maybe fat, low IQ, slovenly, dumbbell, business failure Donald Trump should not overplay his hand. How about that? How about that, Doha Don? How about that, Doha Don? Watch your mouth and don't overplay your hand. Shortly after Netanyahu apologized to Al-Thani under Trump's watchful gaze. Right, yeah, right. Figuratively only. Of course, only figuratively. We don't endorse violence here at Israel First. Trump needs a smack. Understand? This guy needs a smack. Yeah, it was pivotal. Ah, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Oh, Witkoff also talked of his personal connection with the senior leader from Hamas. Of course. Why not? Why not? Hamas's only stated goal, literally, the only goal of Hamas is to murder Jewish people. That's it. That's it. They are not committed to anything except for murdering Jewish people. That's it. That's it. Witkoff has a good personal connection with him. Guys, Jews at home, what more do you need to see? What more do you need to see? These are the Americans. This is the Trump administration. Is it time yet to admit that, you know what? And again, there's nothing terribly embarrassing about being wrong about something. But maybe it's time to admit that some of us were wrong. I mean, not me personally. But some of us were wrong, and you know what? It's time to move on. Is it time to move on yet? Is it time to move on yet? He met with Hamas, and he met with Egyptians. All of the biggest Jew haters and anti-Semites in the world he meets with. I got along with them great. Now, look, to the more pragmatic Jews who said, look, they were holding hostages, we had no choice. Okay. Guys, there hasn't been a live Jewish hostage in Gaza for a week now. Why is humanitarian aid still going in? Why hasn't Gaza been completely firebombed? If the excuse all along was they're holding Jewish hostages, which, okay, fine. I disagreed with that strategy, but fine. Fair enough. They're not holding any anymore. Right? So what we're finding out is that all of these excuses were just lies and nonsense. It was never about the hostages. Time to admit it. The fact that we were allowing aid into Gaza never had anything to do with the hostages. Because if it did, there would be no more aid going in. Because they don't have hostages anymore. Again, time to admit some uncomfortable truths now. Oh my goodness. I mean, Witkoff's late son Andrew died at the age of 22 of an opioid overdose, and he compared it, I guess, to kind of meet eye to eye with this guy, this Hamas piece of shit terrorist, whose own son died in an Israeli airstrike. So I guess Witkoff felt that it was an appropriate comparison to compare his dead junkie son to a Hamas terrorist. And okay, if he thinks that that's an appropriate comparison, who am I to say no? Oh man. It's just, is this really even worth going through? Is this going through? I mean, conflict of interest. Of course, conflict of interest. Of course. The millions and millions and millions of dollars Kushner and Witkoff and Trump. This quote is awesome, by the way. This quote is just great. What people call conflicts of interest, Steve and I call experience. Hey, we're just experienced. Who knows more about corruption than two corrupt shitbags like me and Steve? Because they're trusted relationships. Guys, we make relationships over corrupt business dealings. Those are the best relationships of all. Wow. No, so that's enough of Dumb and Dumber, but in all seriousness, we need to reevaluate our relationship with America. And when I say reevaluate, I mean this. Here is the conclusion. You ready? They must go. The Americans must go. Just like the Gazans. The Gazans must go, and the Americans must go. The picture is clear. Clear as day. Okay? Let's stop lying to ourselves. Let's stop pretending. It's time to grow up and suck it up and maybe say we've made a mistake here. No, time to move forward. Time to move forward. There's no sense in saying, I was right, I was wrong, I was this, I was that. As long as we're willing to move forward here and say, America is a problem. America is a big, big problem. So much so, and I know there's a lot of happy talk here. Oh, maybe we can salvage the relationship. We'll just make some adjustments. Guys, I'm sorry. There is nothing to salvage here. The Americans have completely crossed over to the other side. Everything that we were worried about and accused Obama and Joe Biden of doing, Donald Trump and his administration they've crossed the Rubicon. There is no coming back. This is bad. This whole thing, there's nothing left here. And you know what? It's time to go our own way, and we can do it, and we will be so much better off. The second that we dump these backstabbers and criminals, they're criminals, they're just corrupt cretins, these people. Kushner, Trump, Witkoff, all of them. Time to leave them behind. And we have an appointment with destiny, and that destiny is greater Israel. And we can only realize that when we leave the Americans in the rear view mirror where they belong.